Hi guys, it's Monday, so it's time to have a look at something orky, and today I wanted to have a look back at the good old Ork Big Rig and see where we can take it on to newer, bigger and better things. Right then, here she is. So it's actually too big to fit on the camera unless I have the camera like up in my face. So I'm going to have to break it down. So for those who haven't seen it before, we've got the good old cab. The driver is missing at the moment. I need to put that back in. The engine isn't glued in. Again, if you haven't seen these engines, these are the engines I designed. You can actually get them from a store called Foxbox, cast in resin. This is one of the resin casts. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. Let's get rid of the big rig. That looks like that. Stick that off to one side. And we're left with the trailer itself, which looks something like this. There we go. We've got some shooters. You can see here. Pop them off. We've got another shooter up on top here. We've got a rocket launcher, which again isn't finished. We've got a big old scorcher here. Again, not finished painted, but there's there. Now, if you remember, if you've seen this and you cast your mind back, you'll know that this is all magnetized. So, pop, that comes off. This is the part of the big rig, which is the tanker. So all the bits on it to make it into a fuel transporter. We're left with this panel here. Again, pop, off that comes, and we're left with this bit here. Now, how this all works is that in each of these little pods that you can see here is a magnet. And in these, there's magnets in there as well. And of course, in the bottom of that as well, there's magnets on there as well. That's actually not painted, so let's see how that looks when it's on. Youch. Okay, that's not painted. I may need to do something to the bottom of that to make it look better when it's upside down, because that's going to bother me, because I've gone to all the effort of making that look pretty from underneath to just have that. That's not good. But then the same is going to go for these bad boys. So these were the first actual, I'm going to call them attachments that I actually did on this this system. So there's basically just essentially a really basic flat top bed thing going on, and that's how they fit on. It's just really, really simple. They slap on top, and the idea being is that I could build several of these sort of half sections, or maybe even a full section. As long as I put magnets in the right places, it'll work. Simple as that, and you can mix and match all different parts like that. So I can have one with a side, one without. I can have a completely different front with the rig like that. So I can have one with edges, ones without edges, etc, etc, etc. So again, this was designed so that I could have all sorts of different attachments. I had big plans for this, but for now I want to concentrate on finishing this bit, I think. And one of the things I always had an idea of doing was having some kind of attachment that would go on the back here. A universal attachment with maybe a ramp that would come up and down, as a way of maybe having it so that you could put vehicles on like that, a way of getting them up and down off the top of it. Again, this was designed to be the perfect width, the perfect width to fit Ork trucks. So as you can see, this is an Ork truck chassis with the Ork truck wheels, and it fits perfectly on in exactly the same respect. If you were to stick that on, you can also put the truck on that as well. That's really weird. What would happen if I did this? Let's turn this around the other way. You might need to stick that up a bit. Hey, so it's carrying itself, but there's no truck. Anyway, this is just getting a bit random. So yeah, so it's all modular and it's all designed to be that way. And I want to finish it off really because I'm really chuffed with how this came out, and I really like especially this part here. This was awesome. I mean, I can redesign this part basically. It just has to have a similar thing here. I mean, this whole part here is actually the Ork kit, the Ork truck kit. In this section here, that the whole of this is designed to sit into, is the Ork kit. So any Ork kit where somebody's left the flatbed off, this will work with. Which again, I like the idea of that. So I can redesign the front of it. I can make new versions of it just by buying another Ork kit and scratch building the vehicle on top. But yeah, so I want to develop this further and get cracking on it, because I think it's a really nice kit, and it was one of the things that inspired me, other than the fort, when I got back into the hobby, to be honest. And I think revisiting it will be kind of cathartic. I don't know. And I think it'll be worthwhile, because I got a lot of enjoyment out of it, and you guys seem to get a lot of enjoyment out of it as well. So I think that'll be a good thing to do. Plus, I've got bits like this that are unfinished, and that doesn't sit well with me, especially since I've actually been going so well on finishing everything that I did for the Orks, for my Gorkamorka stuff, getting it all finished and done and whatnot. Right, so that is my intention. Hopefully it hasn't been too rambly and nonsensical. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. If you've got any ideas for attachments to go on this. I know I asked a long while ago. It can be a full length, or it can be half length attachments to go on this. If you check some of my old videos way back when, I think there's a Big Rig playlist that might have some of the poles that I did. I did some straw poles on what people think should go on this thing, which I'll be revisiting and having a look and seeing what I can't pull inspiration from that. And we'll see what we can build. I mean, I think there were ideas of having squigoth cages on the back here, and cranes and all sorts of things. So yeah, it's got a lot of potential. Is there a magnet gun? No, it's still there. Sorry, didn't seem to be catching. Anyway, right then, yeah, thank you very much for watching. Catch up with me in between videos over here. If you feel like supporting the channel, head on over here. I'm gonna have some news soon on Patreon. Maybe some bonuses. If you feel like supporting me over there, you might be getting some cool bonuses for doing that. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Stay well, guys.